Story Spectacular
presents
Sleepy Time Tales.
Tonight's tale is The Scarecrow Who Wasn't Scary. It's Sleepy Time Tales, brought to you by Story Spectacular, the show for silly dreams and funny bedtimes. You can listen to a not-so-scary story anytime you need a friend. I'm your host, Angie. Tonight, we will meet a scarecrow who is having a hard time scaring crows away from the cornfield. I hope the scarecrow can solve this corny dilemma. Let's begin our story now. The Scarecrow Who Wasn't Scary. There once was a scarecrow who lived out in the cornfield.
Hello.
The scarecrow was made of hay and wore a straw hat, an old flannel shirt, and a pair of overalls. Scarecrow had one very important job. His job was to scare the crows and keep them away from the corn. But he had a very big problem. The crows weren't afraid of him at all.
Caw, caw. Oh dear, here we go again.
Each day, a trio of crows would swoop in and help themselves to as much corn as they could eat in the field.
Caw, caw, I'm hungry today.
The scarecrow would shoo at them and wave his hands frantically in the air.
Hey, stay away from my corn, you thieves! Shoo, you despicable crows!
Caw, caw, nice to see you too, Scarecrow. Caw, thanks for the corn. We'll be back for more tomorrow.
The pesky crows filled their bellies and flew away.
Caw, caw.
Oh dear, every day the same old thing. What else could I possibly do to scare those crows away?
Then Scarecrow had a great idea.
What if tomorrow I dress up in a scary costume and frighten those mean old crows away from my cornfield?
Scarecrow found a long roll of tissue and wrapped it around and around and around himself until he was covered from his head down to his little hay feet.
Oh, great! This disguise is perfect! Now I look like a spooky mummy! Those crows will be so frightened when they see me!
The next morning, the trio of crows returned to the field of corn. But the scarecrow was there waiting for them in disguise.
Ooh, I'm a scary mummy!
Caw, what's this supposed to be? A tissue monster, I guess. Caw, caw, caw. Caw, that's so funny. Caw, caw.
No, I'm supposed to be a mummy. Aren't you scared at all?
Caw, scared of tissues? No way. In fact, let me borrow a square. Caw, I need to blow my nose. Caw, ha, ha, ha.
One of the crows flew up to the mummy scarecrow and grabbed at the tissue paper with its beak.
Caw.
Hey, stop that!
The roll of paper began to unravel and fell to the ground.
Caw, caw. Hey, it's a scarecrow. I thought it was you, buddy. Caw, that tissue monster costume was hilarious. Thanks for the laugh. Caw.
I was supposed to be a scary mummy.
Well, you are a very funny mummy. Caw, but it's time we get going now with some corn.
Hey, stop that! Leave my corn alone!
Thanks again, Scarecrow. See you in the morning. Caw.
The trio of crows flew away from the cornfield, leaving the scarecrow all alone and feeling bewildered.
Ugh, those lousy crows weren't afraid of my mummy costume one bit. I'll have to wear something even scarier tomorrow.
Hey kids, you want to listen to amazing stories? Then search for our podcast, Stories for Kids by Kids Candle. We tell wonderful Disney stories and classic stories on our podcast Stories for Kids. So quick check, cutie pies!
The next morning, the Scarecrow put on a long black smock and put a pumpkin on his head.
The last thing I need is a black hood.
The Scarecrow fashioned a big black hood out of some fabric from the barn. He carefully fitted it over his new pumpkin head.
Now my disguise is complete. Those silly old crows will be terrified when they see me in this phantom pumpkin head costume.
The Scarecrow got into place just before the trio of crows came swooping into the field.
Ooh, stay away, you crows. I'm a scary phantom.
The Scarecrow lifted off his hood to reveal his pumpkin head. He did his best phantom laugh.
Ooh, hoo, hoo, ha, ha, ha.
A phantom pumpkin head? What a cool outfit! I'm a fan of pumpkins and a fan of corn.
Hoo, hoo, hoo. Aren't you scared?
Why would we be scared of a stylish black costume? Yeah, black is our favorite color. In fact, let me try that hood on.
One of the crows darted by the Scarecrow and snatched the black hood off of his head.
Aw, man, it's too big. But it would be perfect to use as a sack to gather more corn with. Fabulous idea. Here's a dozen ears.
Stop stealing my corn, you dirty, rotten crows.
Well, we must be going now. Thanks again for the yummy grub, Scarecrow. And thanks for the fabulous black hood. We'll see you again tomorrow.
The trio of crows flew away and the Scarecrow's head drooped down.
I can't seem to scare those crows away. They're just not afraid of anything. Or maybe they just aren't scared of the same things I think are scary. Maybe I should wear something that is the opposite of scary. Something adorable instead.
The next morning, the Scarecrow went into the barn attic and found a pink, fluffy bunny costume.
Why don't I give this a try?
The Scarecrow put on the big pink bunny suit and hopped his way down back to the cornfield. Soon after, the crows came back.
Oh my gosh, what's this? Big adorable pink fluffy bunny, how revolting! It's so bright and colorful, yuck! I think I lost my appetite!
The Scarecrow laughed inside the pink bunny suit.
It's working!
Then the Scarecrow started to move towards the crows and said in his most adorable voice,
Who wants a hug?
Yikes!
He chased the crows all around the field in his fluffy bunny costume.
Gadzooks! Stay away from me, you big bunny! Let's get out of here at once before this thing hugs us! Yeah, I hear there's a delicious pumpkin patch the next town over! Come on, let's go!
And the crows flew away without any corn that day.
I did it! I scared them away!
The Scarecrow cheered
Hooray!
and took off the fluffy bunny costume. He picked himself an ear of corn and sat back on a bale of hay to relax and celebrate a job well done.
Yum yummy in my Scarecrow tummy.
The end. Story Spectacular is written and hosted by Angela Ferrari. To learn more about the show and to watch spectacular videos, go to StorySpectacular.com. Did you enjoy tonight's not-so-scary tale? Then you are sure to enjoy other bedtime books by me, Angela Ferrari. Titles include What Do You See?, An Extraordinary Book, Digger's Daily Routine, The Shape Escape, and Lawrence the Lighthouse. These spectacular books are available for Kindle and in paperback at StorySpectacular.com and on Amazon. Thank you so much for listening, and tell your friends about your favorite stories. Help us get the word out so that even more friends can discover Sleepy Time Tales too.
Sleepy